What's up, YouTube? What's up, family? Hope everybody is doing okay. Listen, this morning in this video, I'm going to show you how I'm going to make a lot of money in the wheat market within the next year or so, how I'm going to do it, and the charts that I'm using to do it. Now, you can follow along if you like. This is an easy way for anybody to bring in some extra income. It's what I use. I've been using since the early 90s, ever since I went through the Ken Roberts Academy. So stay tuned for that, and hope you learned something from this. Should be interesting. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. Okay, now we're going to focus on one market. Now, there's a lot of markets that we can focus on in the commodities market, but I came across this chart here because of how wheat is making a 12-month low. Came down to $5.30 a bushel. That was on March 4th. So the reason that I'm focusing on wheat is because I have low prices in wheat. And that's what I look for when I look for on these charts is I either look for a number one bottom point, which is the lowest price paid for any commodity in the last 12 months, or I look for a number one top point, which is the highest price paid for any commodity in the last 12 months, or I look for a market that's simply just snaking along, in a straight line. Nobody's paying attention. Nobody wants it. Those are the kind of markets I like to look for. So I came across this wheat chart and I said, well, let me go ahead. I got some money in the trading account. Let me go ahead on and put wheat to work and see if I can make some pretty decent money. Now, I used the 50% rule that was taught to me by Ken Roberts. Ken Roberts taught us that in the early 90s. I went through the Ken Roberts Academy and I learned this, and it works. I mean, I've been using it for years, and you will see that it works on the charts. Now, what you want to make sure you're looking at, you want to make sure you're looking at a 12-month chart, which is a daily chart, which is a daily chart. You want to make sure you're looking at a 12-month chart. And right now we have low prices. And right now those prices are coming back down, testing those lows that was done back on March 4th. You see here, this is the day's prices right here. And you can see these prices are coming down, testing those lows that it did back 30 days prior, because this month is almost up. It's the 27th of the month. And this is 1 month of prices right here. And to prove to you that the 50% rule works, let's test it right here. Now, if I was to take this high right here of $7.71 per bushel of wheat, and take this low right here, and I add these two together and divide by 2, it did 50% of this major move here back up. See right here? That's 50% of this move right here. Okay? Now, if I take this high and I take this low, let's go all the way down here to this low here. If I take that low, add those two together and divide by 2, look, it did. It came back 50% of this move, this downtrend right here. It gained back 50% of that move. Proving to you that, it happens 50s within 50s. That's why I love trading this way, because it's simple, it's stress-free. I'm not day trading or anything like that. So I'm not stressed out about my money. Now, I'm waiting for a 1, 2, 3 formation to shape up right here. See, you got the low price right here, well, $5.30 a bushel. That's my number one point. Prices rally for a little bit, hit a resistance level and begin to go down, leaving behind my number 2 point. Now I'm waiting for prices to drop anywhere between the number 1 and the number 2 price and begin to go up. All right, but it looks like it's going to try to make a new low. So I'm waiting. I'm patient and I'm waiting. If a new low happens, then I have to readjust my numbers. I take the new low, which is probably going to be below 530, has to be 529 or below. And then I'll take that number, add these two together, divide by 2. That's going to give me a new 50% target. Because when I did this, my 50% target was $6.50 and a half cents a bushel for wheat. And that gave me a profit of $5,350. And on my weekly chart, my weekly target is $9.77.5 a bushel for wheat. And that's going to give me a profit of $21,700 per contract. Now, right now, you can get in wheat now for a deposit of $1,950. That's the margin. The maintenance is $1,750, and what that means is, say for example, if you're long wheat and prices went against you, and your account went down to $1,750, well, you would get a margin call, and they would tell you, hey, you need to bring this count back up to $1,950 if you want to continue to control this 5,000 bushels of wheat. And that's what you're controlling. You're controlling 5,000 bushels of wheat, where 1 cent in wheat equals $50. Because if wheat goes up 5,000 pennies, $50, that's 5,000 pennies or $50, which is the same thing. All right. So this is a easy way to trade. I've been trading this way for years, and it's worked for me for years. I've been in corn, pork bellies. It's just depending what the market is doing. And I look for this low that I'm getting right here, which is the lowest price paid for wheat in the last 12 months. I know I can make money on this market for a long time coming. So that's what I'm preparing to do, and you can follow me. We're going to watch this chart over time go up, and you're going to see that this works. This 50% rule works. It's what I've been using. So, I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just simply showing you how I trade commodities using the charts that was taught to me by Ken Roberts way back in the early 90s. And the thing works. Because we used to get these charts every day. We used to get these charts every week with the updated charts in them. We got the updated charts in there. But now everything is online. So we don't get these. This is an old set of charts that I kept. And, I'm not going to ever throw it away because it reminds me of the early day of trading. That's how I bought my first house in Denver, trading commodities at 1271 Verbena Street in Denver, Colorado. That's my first house I bought, trading commodities using these charts that were taught to me by Ken Roberts. And I got so good at it that I created my own sheet. My own trading sheet tells me this is for options, call or put options, and it gives me exactly what I need to be in. I know it's an old way, but it works for me, and puts money in my pocket, and it puts money in my family pocket, and that way I can share my wealth with my kids and my grandkids, the one who honors me. That's a different story, and so I've been in this stuff a long time, and I love doing it, and I love teaching it. So if we take a look at this chart right here, we'll see that wheat is going to go to $6.50.5 per bushel in the short term. In the long term, it's going to go to $9.77.5 per bushel, and that's off the weekly chart, which let me go down here and click on the 5-year, because a weekly gives me 5-year. Because look, wheat has been to, what's that, $14.25 a bushel? That's a lot, all right? So that's off a weekly chart. So that's what gives me my second target on my daily chart. On my daily chart, I always have 2 targets. Let's go back to the yearly chart. I always have 2 targets on my chart, which is my weekly target, which I know I'm going to make $21,700 plus or minus in this market. And off my daily, $5,350. And I put my margin or my legend, I write that on my chart so I have everything in visual array. Now, while I'm waiting for this to shape up, because normally what I would do, I would wait for prices to bounce back and break above this number 2 point, which I would go long a contract of wheat, and I would place my stop loss below the number 1 point to like 529 or 528, something like that. All right. But while I'm waiting for that to happen, I can get in with a cheap option. All right. Now this option is not cheap. Right now I can go all the way out to September of 2025, and I can get a 680 call in wheat for $756.25. That's what I calculated this one. I don't know how many points, 17 or 18 points that is. But that's what I can get waiting for this market to shape up in a 1, 2, 3 formation. For prices to break above that number 2 point. But in the meantime, I can go ahead and get in with a call option. Now, I don't mind paying $1,000 or less for my options. In the beginning, I wouldn't pay this much for options. You know, I would go all the way out to my second target where I can get these options pretty cheap. But now, since I've been trading for a while, I know how this thing works all the time. I don't mind spending $1,000 for my options. That's just me. Okay. Some people wouldn't spend that much, but you know, I'm comfortable spending that much. Put it that way. But this is the price of wheat, a 12-month price of wheat. Wheat went all the way up to $7.71 a bushel. And then it dropped back down. And now we're down at these lows right here, where it's testing these lows right here again. But I can go ahead on and get in with a call option, or I can wait for prices to retrace back up and break above the number 2 point. And then I'll get in and go long wheat, 1 or 2, 3, or 4 contracts a week, and place my stop loss below the number 1 point. So this is how I'm going to make money in wheat for the long haul. I'm going to concentrate on this market, and we together, hopefully you'll come back to my channel. Please like and subscribe, that you will see that this market is going to go up 50%. It's going to go to 650, no doubt. It may go beyond that, but I know it's going to at least go to 650. This thing never lies. And it's an easy way to trade. You're not all stressed out. You're not day trading. You're trading for the long haul. And that's what, you know, older individuals, in my opinion, should be doing. Not giving you financial advice again, but, you know, it's a great way for you to bring in some extra cash. All right. So if you have any questions, you can contact me at iprofitsforme@gmail.com, and I'll answer your questions and, you know, show you how to trade these charts. And they're fun too. And you will know that this thing works, and you will see it working, and because you will realize that these charts do 50s within 50s. I mean, if I was to do these charts, it would do 50. I mean, you have higher highs and lower lows, but they still do 50s within 50s. And you'll see that this thing is going to work. And you'll see wheat is going to go to at least $6.50 a bushel. All right. So if you have any comments, go ahead and leave them down there, and I'll be sure to get back with you. Please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for your support. God bless you, and you guys have a great day.